Welcome everybody, it's Telman. In this video we are going to be talking about the biggest leak I've ever seen for zombies, and this leak is pretty crazy, coming out of the World War II PC beta, just having a ton of information about World War II zombies. Now, like I said, this thing is absolutely huge, so what I'm going to do, I'm just going to kind of generalize things, because if I went down to every detail, this video would be about 30 minutes long, so I really don't want to do that, so I'm just going to kind of leave that out. But I'm just going to go through everything, generalizing things, and I'm going to try to go to detail when I need to, when there's something I really need to explain also. But anyways, with all that out of the way, let's actually get into this video. So the map is supposed to be called the Final Reich, which sounds like a really cool name, but I'm not too sure if that's one's actually it, because I've heard like two other names being thrown around, so this would be the third one, and I'm just not sure which one's going to be the name in the end, but we'll find out soon enough. But anyways, after that, we have the perks again, and I've already made a video talking about the perks, so I'm not going to go through them again, but what I'm going to do here is actually talk about a new thing that was actually found out, and it's going to see that and it looks like we're going to have a new Wonder Fizz machine going to be called a Random Blitz machine, which I'm pretty sure Blitz translates into perk, I'm not sure though. But anyways, it looks like we're going to have one of those again. But after that, we have a new class system, and this thing is pretty interesting because you could have up to four different classes, or you could just choose no class at all, which would be a classic thing. You just play zombies normally, I guess, without the new class system. But this class system is pretty interesting because you have an ability for each of them. So you have an offensive class, and this one gives you ability of free fire. And I'm not going to go into the details of how these abilities work, but if you guys are interested in that, I'll link down the Reddit post if you guys want to read through absolutely everything. But anyways, we have a free fire ability, then you have a control class with a shell shock ability, support class having a front line ability, and medic having a camouflage ability. And their names of their abilities kind of tell you what they do, but then on top of all these abilities you get to go into the maps with already perks or slash mods. I'm not too sure exactly what they're called, because they're kind of like perks you have before you even go into them, because you have your class and then you pick your perk that you want to go in with. Or I'm not too sure if it's just perk, because oh my gosh, there's at least 30 different perks that you could go in with. So it kind of reminds me of how Call of Duty Ghosts did their multiplayer system with having that many perks, because oh my gosh, there are so many perks here. I just don't know what's happening here. I could read a couple of them, I guess. We have the Dreadful Medic, take no damage from one hit while reviving a teammate, so that's interesting. And we have a couple other ones, just like Mark II, the player's weapon is upgraded while using free fire. So we have a couple different abilities, well, like at least 30 different abilities. So I'm not too sure how this is going to work. Like, are we going to be able to choose like half of these, or 10 of them, or 5 of them? I have no idea, because that is a lot of different perks to go through, and I just don't know what to think about them. There's just so many perks here. I don't know. I guess we'll find out when the game comes out how it's going to work out, but you're going to be able to pick a class, you're going to have an ability, then you're going to be able to pick at least 5 of these. You have to pick 5 of these. There's just no way there's going to have 30 different perks. You're not going to be able to pick that many. But then on top of that, we have some new weapon perks. Like, we have one that says increase damage to the body, decreases headshot damage, which I don't know. And I'm not too sure if this is going to be like maybe a variant system. I'm not exactly sure, but we'll see when this thing comes out. Like, a multi-kills grant special bonuses to specialist ability, or meter, excuse me. And I don't know, looks like we're going to have a lot of different perks going in without even having to buy them and play. So we're going to have to see how that works out. This is going to be kind of crazy. Then we have some new gameplay features. Well, not new ones, mainly returning ones, but we have the mystery box, pack-a-punch, daily challenges, power switch, prestige, excuse me, and we have the jolt system, which is just pretty much the point system, an inventory, or well, they're calling it a notebook, and that's all for the stuff we've had before. But for the newer things, we have a photo booth, and this saves your weapons through death. I'm not exactly sure how this works. I'm thinking that we're going to have something similar to the Afterlife arcade with this photo booth. That's what it at least sounds like to me. I'm not too sure how that's going to work out. What do you guys think about the Afterlife arcade? I personally don't mind it, but we'll see how that works out. We'll see if it's going to work like that or not. But then we have a story slash cutscene menu, and after reading this, I'm pretty darn confident that this is going to be like the intel from Extinction. It looks like that's how it's going to work, where you're going to be able to watch after you unlock the cutscenes or the intel or the little story bits and pieces while you're playing, then you'll be able to access it as many times as you want inside this little intel area, or now story slash cutscene menu. So that's how it looks like it's going to work. Then you have your unlocking mods, so I'm pretty sure that these mods mods it's talking about here are the mods that you could pick when you're choosing your class, I guess. And it looks like you won't be able to click all of them or select all of them from the get-go. You're going to have to unlock them by playing, which is pretty interesting. But next we have our new consumable thing, which is going to be our new microtransaction thing. And it's pretty interesting. Now, I don't know if we know all of these because we have things called coupons, consumables, we got keys, and the power-up thing, which I think I'm not too sure how this works. I'm thinking that we're going to have a system similar to the, what is it called? The Fate and Fortune system, where you're going to be able to, I guess, fill your meter. I don't know how it works exactly, because there's not exactly a meter, because a meter is for your ability things. So that's interesting, but this is kind of how it's going to work. So you have your different abilities, like you're going to have a coupon things that I guess will give you a perk discount. There's things called a photo booth discount, which is actually interesting. Then you have things called keys, which provides 50%. I'm just reading a selection of all of them because I'm not going to read absolutely everything. But anyways, one of the keys says provides 50% refund on any door or gate purchase. So that's interesting. Then a power up thing, it says spawns electromagnetic power up to earn twice as many points for a short time. So we'll get into the power ups in a little bit, and then you have your weapons thing where you get equipped a flamethrower for a short time. So it looks like you're going to be able to unlock these, whatever they are, Gobblegums, Fate and Fortune cards, whatever they're going to be, and they're going to give you these different abilities. And instead of having a select amount of them, so if you have like 10 of them for, well, any of the previous systems, like if you have 10 perkaholics, you could use all 10 of them in the same game. But how it's going to work instead, you have to get different, I guess, rarities of the same thing. So if you get a common version of it, you'll be able to use it just once a game. If you get a rare version, 2 times a game, legendary, 3 times a game, and the epic version of it, you'll be able to use it 4 times a game. So this is a pretty interesting system. We'll see how it actually works out in the end, but it's pretty interesting. I do apologize, my throat is now going out. But anyways, we have our power-ups, and they're kind of the normal ones. We have electromagnetic, which is going to be the double point system, the Reaper Strike, and insta-kill. We have the normal max ammo. Security is actually new, which turns on all traps in the map. Then we have Eclipse, which is a nuke, full meter, and this is apparently going to fill up your ability bar, so that's interesting. And of course, our fire sale. And that's the main things I really want to talk about, because there are a couple other things. I guess I'll get into the wonder weapons, but before we do that, we could actually see that we have all the perks inside the game, and I don't want to read through all the perks, or excuse me, have I been saying perks? I meant weapons in the games. We can see all the launchers, we could see all the pistols, snipers, SMGs, LMGs, assault rifles. We can see everything right here that's going to be in the game, and we have their pack punch name also. So that's pretty interesting. Just for example, I guess, let's look at a previous gun that we've known about. How about the M1 or M1 Grand? That one's actually going to be, oh, that's a pretty cool pack punch name. It's going to be GOAT, or GOAT. It's a pretty interesting name there. It's cool. I don't know why I randomly decided to look at that one, but anyways, we have some melee weapons, going to be a trench shovel and a blood raven sword, which I think we've seen that inside the trailer. I could be mistaken. I know people have been seeing some merchandise of this blood raven sword, so that's going to be a new melee weapon. I don't know if it's going to be powerful or not, but then we have the wonder weapons, and we're going to have a Jack-in-the-Box, Bloodthirsty, Reaper, Hurricane, and Midnight. So we have at least 5 wonder weapons to go into this map, but then we also have the blood raven, which is probably going to be another one. So I think we're going to have 6 in just the starting map. So this is kind of crazy, and like I said, there's a lot more. You could go into more detail. If you guys do want to do that, then go ahead and click the link to the Reddit link down in the description, and you guys can read through absolutely everything you want. But I just want to keep everything as kind of I don't know what's the right word to use here, but anyways, that's about it for this video. Tell me what you guys think about all this stuff. Do you guys think there's something you like in here? You hearing things you like, there's hearing things you don't like, or tell me anything if you want to say down in the description, comments. But anyways, if you guys did enjoy this video and left a thumbs up, subscribed, hit the bell, shared, or anything like that, I thank you guys so much for doing so. But that's about it for me, and I'll catch you guys on my next video.